Before you hit the roadways, you have to make sure you're ready for the road trip. And that's why we have Nelson Andrews with us. He's from Andrews Cadillac, right up the street from us. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, glad to be here. Thanks for
brought us a sweet ride, too.
Yeah, this is a brand new 2010 SRX. It's one of our top sellers.
I like that a lot. Okay, so before people go out on the road, what do they need to check for?
Well, one of the first things you want to do is make sure your car's in good running condition.
Okay.
So if you come around to the hood,
right,
you can come in and you can check your oil. Oil's a good one. You just look for the yellow dipstick.
Right.
So what we want to do is take it out, check the dipstick, wipe it off, put it back in, bring it up and check the oil level to make sure you have enough.
And make sure it's clean, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then just look around in the engine compartment. What you're listening for is anything that's squeaking or sounding worn, or if you see any hoses where it looks like they're worn and starting to fray at all, you might want to take it to a service center or a dealership to get them checked out just to make sure you're good to go for a long trip.
You want to top up all your levels, your coolant, make sure it's good to go as well?
You want to make sure they're to the right level.
Okay.
Topping it off, you don't want to overfill them. But if you have any questions, going to your dealership and finding out to make sure you're good to go.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll shut this just to let you see how beautiful this car is. And isn't it nice? I said you could leave this with me when you got done. Another thing that we always talk about is tire pressure. And my question was, where do you find the right amount of pressure for your car?
Where you find that is inside the door jamb.
Okay.
If you come around and if you're only going to do one thing.
This is the thing?
This is the thing.
Okay.
You always check the sticker on your car to make sure that you've got the right tire pressure. Don't look on the tire itself because that gives you the maximum pressure.
Oh.
So if you look at the sticker,
okay,
it tells you the right pressure for that model of car.
Right.
Then you can come around. If you have a tire gauge, use a tire gauge.
Those things are so inexpensive, you can get them anywhere, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Almost any hardware store or auto service center. And then you also want to just feel your tread and just make sure you've got good tread in case you hit any of these sudden rainstorms to make sure you can keep on the road.
That's nice.
And there's a little thing in there called a wear bar.
Okay.
When you feel down your tire, you can find a little spot that's a little bit higher than the rest of the tread.
Right.
That tells you when your tire's worn out. If that wear bar is the same level as the tread on the tire, then it's time to replace your tires.
All right. So make sure you've got good wheels.
Exactly.
Before you take off. You know, one of the things I know you probably have seen a lot of, people are calling in and they've got a flat tire on the roadway. Now they're stuck, but you have an answer for this. You said you've got to fix a flat.
Well, we do. And something to do before you get on the road is make sure you know where your spare tire and your jack and your stuff is. A lot of cars, to save weight these days, don't even have a spare. Instead of a fare, they have a fix-a-flat kit.
And I've never heard of this. I remember fix-a-flat like in a can, but this is much better.
Yeah, this is much better.
Okay.
So in this particular car,
look at this. Fancy.
Instead of a 50-pound spare tire, you have just a couple pounds of a kit. And it plugs right into your cigarette lighter. And what you do is you plug it in, you take it to the car, you turn it on, and then you run it just for a minute to inject the sealant into the tire. Then you flip it over to the air pressure, and then inflate the tire to the right pressure on there. And that's good up to 55 miles an hour.
So that can get you to where you need to go to get it fixed.
That's right. There's no jacking the car up. There's no fooling around with taking the lugs on and off. You just reinflate the tire, but then take it to get the tire fixed properly. This isn't to get you the rest of the way to your destination. This is to get you to help.
That's
awesome. But it's a great way to go. And it's much more efficient than a spare tire.
Well, you know, if you have a new vehicle like this one, then you don't have to worry about anything going wrong with it because it is brand new.
Well, that's right.
It's beautiful. I've already asked if I could possibly...
It's actually an automatic door. It'll...
Really? Look at that. If I could get the baby seat in here, you said, yeah, it fits, right?
Absolutely.
So you can leave this one with me. Is that okay?
All it takes is one small check.
Perfect. Okay, one small check. That's excellent. Thank you so much for coming in.
Hey, sure enough. Thanks for having us down.
It was great to meet you. Have safe summer travels, everybody, and we're right back after this. Don't go away.